Hello everyone, my name is Matteo Lega from Angelini Consumer. Angelini Consumer is part of Angelini Industries, which is a big multinational company. The core business is in the pharmaceutical, but Angelini is present in several sectors and segments. Our special mission is to get into new commercial area, into new sectors and segments, and to enrich Angelini portfolio. In particular, we are doing so in the area of direct-to-consumer digital native brands, and we are looking at the vertical segments of products for babies and their families. Our particular interest is in the area of baby development, so we are scouting for solutions that can enhance and improve the development of the baby and their health interaction with their parents. I've been in the group from 2014. I hold a PhD in chemistry, and this is the reason why I got in the group. I was part of the R&D team for the Fabric and Home Care department of a company named Fater, which is a joint venture with Procter & Gamble. During my R&D adventure, I started doing some open innovation without knowing that this was the name of this activity. Then learning about open innovation and innovation in general, I got more interested in it. And from time to time, I took responsibility into that company also about innovation activities. This is the reason why I was part of the founding team of the people in Angelini Consumer in 2020. I was the innovation manager, and I am today the innovation manager of the company. And so I'm supporting all the open innovation activity, technology related activity, product development activity, which is still my background actually. I've been in the group from 2014. I hold a PhD in chemistry, and this is the... About Lovely Mind, this is our first digital native brand. So we launched it in May, and everyone is very excited about getting finally to the market after the development. We developed that product line together with Montessori Foundation, because for us it's very important to be supported by the experts of the segments, and creating toys for that stage, we believe that Montessori was one of the best possible partners to do so. So we sell those toys in boxes. Each box is for a specific stage of the development and contains a small collection of toys. So we are the idea behind that is providing parents with the best tool for that specific stage of development. And since this is the idea, we are also providing what we call a parental guide, which is a small booklet that you can find in each box, aiming to explain to the parents how to get the best from the tools that we are providing. So it explains how to play with the toys, which may seem silly, but actually it's, there is a lot of science behind that. And at the same time, it's providing evidence on how that specific toy is improving one specific skill of the baby. And we believe that being aware about that, it's also very important. And this is about our internal development. We are looking for solutions for parents. So we do not make a distinction between product and service, but both apply actually to what we are looking for. And this is a first important point to mention. Second point, as I was mentioning, we have a strong interest in solutions that are providing a value to the development of the baby. So we are looking for solutions that have an educational purpose and that can improve somehow the skills of the baby. This is point number 2. Another critical point that we are looking is to have the solution supported and backed up by science. So we always look for something which has been developed by experts, which has been developed with experts, and that can be somehow endorsed by them, and which value is demonstrated with scientific evidences and studies. And ideally, we are looking for something which it's doing so in a healthy way. This means zero screens, or at least the less possible interaction with screens below the age of 3 years, and something which is providing value to the baby. So it's teaching him a new language, it's improving its coordination, its concentration, its ability in general. Second topic, it's stimulating the baby in getting into some area which will be relevant for his life, not necessarily in working life, future working life, but also is fulfilling life as an adult. So this means stimulating the baby in the area that can be learning languages, again, the STEM area, so science, technology, engineering, art and mathematics, introduction to motor skills, for example, and this is also very relevant. The third perspective that we would like to cover, it's about cognitive assessment in just 2 words. What we actually mean, it's providing evidence to the parents that the solution are actually improving the skill of the baby, which is a kind of doing a tracking of what the progress of the baby are, and at the same time something that can help parents in identifying which are the the special talents of their infants, so that they can cultivate their future passion from the very beginning. We have 3 main ways to collaborate with startups, which are 3 extremes. Then, of course, we can do something which is in the middle. One of the possible approaches is somehow the simplest one, which is the commercial agreement. In this case, this, for example, would apply very well for someone who has a ready product, who is willing to commercialize it in Europe, and they are currently commercializing it outside Europe. So we can be somehow the one supporting the European expansion of the existing market. That's one of the way, for example, but in principle, that could apply also for European startups. Another case that we can use, it's of course, it's more somehow intense, which is related to the M&A activities. So we can do investments in startups. Again, that will be ideally something that we do not too early stage. We are willing to do this with startups that have proven somehow their traction and their solution on the market. Not necessarily the direct-to-consumer market, also the B2B market, working together on the reapplication to the consumer market. The third strategy is the co-development. This is something that we are already doing in some cases, and typically applies in the case where the startups has assets and capabilities that are relevant for the scope of the project. And we are willing to work together and provide resources to develop together a new product that we bring together to the market. This typically applies very well in the case of a startup having one product fitting with what we want to add to our portfolio, and we can work together on the portfolio expansion and creation of new products similar to that one. About our interaction with startups, I will mention our co-development with Filo. Filo is an Italian startup, and they are already present on the market with a couple of great products, also in the area of safety for babies. Together with them, we are doing a co-development, meaning that we are putting together our complementary capabilities. So we are providing our knowledge of the market, of the business, and our network also with experts, and together with them, which knows how to develop products, we are developing some very new exciting ideas, always in the area of supporting babies and their families in the healthy development. In this case, our focus is in the area of sleep. I will not say more, but I will say that we are creating a solution to provide an healthy education to sleep routine for babies and their families. The general segment of baby care is and very interesting market. Very disappointingly, somehow we know that the population is shrinking, so people is doing less and less babies. So it's interesting both from business perspective and ethical perspective. You know, from business perspective, lesser the child, more people invest in their future and in their development. So there is clearly an opportunity from the market perspective. At the same time, it's worth to say that we believe that we are providing some support to parents. So what often our CEO says is that we are kind of the guides for parents, like Lonely Planet for parents, that will help them to go through this magic trip over parenthood. So we will let them to know which are the best thing to do, which are the funniest thing to do, how you can do in the best way possible. And we believe that somehow this can catalyze the willingness of being a parent.